we had it on the air, we're operating it, and we're smelling this weird smell.
Yeah, it smelled like burning leaves.
Burning leaves or something. We couldn't figure out what it was.
The transmitter hadn't been running quite a while, It was
so we turned
under construction.
We turned the transmitter off, and we go in the back, and everything looks good, and so we turn it back on again, and we're do some tests.
Testicling away, and then finally putting modulation to it.
Right.
That was the next step.
Right, and then we did that for a while, and we turned it off.
Still smell like burning leaves.
And then I walk in the back and move this step stool out of the way, and there's a fire.
On the floor.
There's a fire on the floor.
And he's there poking at it with my screwdriver, putting this melted plastic goo all over my screwdriver. I have to clean off.
Well, I didn't know what to do. I mean, I saw this pile of plastic goo.
And he's looking up at the ceiling, and
I'm looking at the transformer.
Obviously,
it was near one of... Yeah, I mean, it was near one of the filter reactors, one of the big, 20,000 volt filter reactors, and I'm looking at it, and it's just, I'm looking up, and I'm shining my flashlight. I go, well, where is this dripping and coming from? And then I'm looking at this, and it's burning away, and then I look like I don't know, like a foot or so from it, and I see another black pile of goo.
At the same time, I notice, I say, Alan, look at this.
Look at this. And then this. What had happened is we have a little step stool that we use
that folds up or whatever,
It's kind of like the size of a fold-up chair, and it has rubber feet on it. And I had it leaned against the main filter reactor.
It was right against one of the high-voltage
bushings.
Yeah, they have this big, sexy, well-hung arc gap of these two brass balls
right, so
across the reactor.
I had it leaned up against these brass balls, and we hit the plate, so, we got like 15,000 volts going through this step stool to the concrete floor,
which is arcing away.
Which is not a perfect ground.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like arcing and fizzling and busting away. And because the blower motors in the transmitter, we can't hear it.
Yeah.
We can't hear anything sizzle. So that was, so we realized that, and I realized that, okay, it's nothing burning, it's nothing serious, it's just stupid Alan leaves his step stool leaning against the spark gap balls on the 2 Henry.
I saw that, and I should have said something.
Yeah, I know, and I don't know what you see.
It was close. I said, geez, if that chair came in contact, it could mean a lot of trouble, especially if you're standing on the thing and thinking around with something.
Well, you see, this is what I'm worried about. Like I was telling you, as we get older and more experienced, and we take things for granted. When you work around high-powered radio equipment, especially radio transmitters that have lots of voltages and current, you can't take that stuff for granted. You can't get sloppy, because one screw-up and you're toast. Literally. The power supplies for our transmitters, like there's one power supply for number 2, that's about 6,000 volts at 20 amps.
Yeah,
that thing is capable of. That's a lot of power, and the PDM transmitters are about 4 or 5 amps at 25,000 volts. So
somewhere around
there. So you really have to be careful. So that is just so WBCQ. The burning step stool. And I'll tell you, it really melted the 4 plastic.
Looks like I'll have to bring down a roll of electrical tape and a little bit of coax seal and wrap it around the legs and bundle it up with the electrical tape and make 4 new rubber feet for it.
Yeah, well, this was just such a typical WBCQ day, and a lot of the equipment we work on is a bit old, ladies and gentlemen. So it's not new stuff. In many ways, that's good, because a lot of the new stuff is complicated, and when the computer says no, you're screwed. All right, hold on. Hi, you're on WBCQ. You're on here.
Hi there, Alan. It's Ron from Cleveland. How are you?
Ron from Cleveland. Well, how are you, Ron? What's on your mind?
Just a question. I was wondering why a certain program wasn't on last weekend. I was looking for The Other Side of Midnight, and it wasn't on 7490 last weekend.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's Richard Hoagland's program.
That's right.
We had, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very honest with you because we're kind of a family-run station, and we really rely on our programmers and our listeners. Richard's a great guy, and it's a fantastic show, and we were carrying it, but unfortunately, he has not paid his bill.
He owes us money, and if you don't pay, you don't play.
Well,
oh my, I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, but that's life.
I could spin this politically and just say, well, he left the air. But the reality is, he hasn't paid his bill with us, and he owes a sizable balance. And and we told him, if you pay up, we'll put you back on the air. But he has made absolutely no effort with a partial payment or any payment at all. So, unfortunately, we had to drop his show for non-payment, and Ron, that is why he is no longer with us. Not because we don't want him, but because, it's just a
maybe you should contact him and say, I enjoy your show, but you gotta pay the piper.
Yeah, you gotta pay your bill.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that. They don't care. You guys are trying to do your best.
Right, and we give very fair rates, and this happens, not that often. Okay. It doesn't happen that often, but occasionally we get a client that we have to cancel their show for non-payment. We don't like it. I don't like doing it, and I happen to like The Other Side of Midnight. Richard does a very, very good show.
Absolutely.
And I'm a little kind of curious, his show is so good, I'm really surprised that it isn't, picked up more and broadcast more. But as you know, ladies and gentlemen, shortwave is not like conventional AM talk radio, where you can barter, for program time and whatever. When people come to us to put their programs on our shortwave transmitters, we must charge them a fee for it, because we do not sell, we do not rely on our income with spot sales and advertising. Our income is totally derived from people paying a lease fee for the hours that they broadcast on the air. And, Richard was paying for a while, then he stopped, and then the bill got kind of a couple of months or a month or two overdue, and then we had to cancel him. So sorry about that, but...
So you all don't know what the problem is? He just not paying, or?
Well, he's not paying us. I don't know what the problem is. He's not paying us. So when he pays us and we work something out, we'll put him back on the air.
Absolutely. Okay. That was my question.
Okay. Well, that was a good and fair question, my friend.
Well, appreciate you doing what you do.
Okay. Well, thank you, and you be well, and thank you very much.
All right. Yeah. You take care.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye-bye.
207-538-9180. You may ask any question you like on Alan Weiner Worldwide, ladies and gentlemen. They may be technical, political. You can make complaints. You can do anything, because as the oldest... Let's see, I have the oldest show. You have the second oldest show, right? Or is it
JL and also the show.
The show. When did you start Radio Timtron Worldwide on BCQ?
A year after...
Was it a year after we were in there?
Yeah, because